So, British Airways flight. Now, we've talked about airplanes boing, boing, and screwing up and stuff around here, but this isn't quite the story you're thinking. So, a British Airways crew member has been arrested after he was found dancing naked mid-flight in a business class toilet.
And it wasn't a passenger.
No, this is a crew member, right? So the steward's colleagues noticed he wasn't around, right? Like it's about to be serving meals. They can't figure out where he is. The flight was heading for London from San Francisco. And after searching the aircraft, his boss was shocked to discover he was completely naked and jumping around in the cabin bathroom. Yeah. So the quote here, and I can't believe this, but this is the quote. We think the guy popped pills when he was meant to be working. It's an extraordinary thing to do, one furious colleague said. The plane was cruising at about 37,000 feet over the Atlantic, but this bloke seemed to be higher than anybody else, another one said. Members of the staff quickly threw a spare pair of pajamas onto the guy so they could take him out of the bathroom and to the first class cabin where he stayed for the remainder of the 10.5-hour journey. Why does he get first class? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He probably did a drag routine for everybody. He was the entertainment, right? So upon landing, the flight attendant received medical attention. I think he needs more like the attention of a prostitute at that point, and was escorted off the plane in a wheelchair before being arrested by authorities. The crew member, they probably just said, chase the butterflies, you'll be okay. Yeah, woo, right? So dude was suspended his job. He's being investigated and stuff. Now, this comes as a young British former flight attendant was accused of smuggling 1.2 million worth of cannabis. I hate when they do this, into Sri Lanka. Now, when they say 1.2 million, it was only 46 kilograms of Kush. And 46 kilograms is what, maybe 60 pounds or something like that. 60 pounds of pot is not worth 1.2 million. That's when they break it down per gram and give it the street value. They always do this to make it sound like a big deal. 46 kilograms of Kush isn't enough to get the city of Vancouver through breakfast. And I'm not even kidding. 46 kilograms is screw all. Your average person smokes an ounce in a month if they're a pot smoker. And there's 16 ounces in a pound, 16 ounces, maybe 50 pounds. Do the math. I mean, that's not even enough to supply a townhouse complex for a month. You know what I mean? It's just not. And she's screaming bloody murder that she was set up. And the story that she tells, I very much believe. So I hope the authorities can sniff through this better. The problem is she's in Sri Lanka. She doesn't even know what's going on with the court case. She can barely follow the proceedings, and nobody fucking cares.
Yeah, it's always bad to get done for drugs and stuff in countries like that because you're kind of like screwed, even if you're innocent.
So I hope the best for her, but dancing naked in a plane bathroom, dude, seriously, lower the dose. Lower the dose.
Or dance in the aisle where you should be. You're supposed to be.
Exactly. Flap that thing around as if you're on a bicycle in London. Oh, we did that one earlier.
Check his ankles for a taste bud to see if he's
So what's this picture? Mindless zombie phone people? What's going on here?
Well, no, this is a strange thing that's going on in China, in major Chinese cities. A strange new trend is emerging. Companies that let people pretend to have a job. Yeah, for a daily fee of just 30 to 50 yuan, which is about $4 or to $7, individuals can rent a desk in a shared office space that mimics the experience of a real workplace. Coffee, Wi-Fi, and even fake tasks are included. Yeah, some even offer the full package: fictitious managers, mock deadlines, and stage corporate drama for those who want the full office experience.
How can people without a job afford to fake they have a job? I don't understand this.
It's an investment. The phenomenon has grown in tandem with rising youth unemployment in China, especially amongst recent graduates. Like, for many, like Zong Gua, a former finance worker, that's not a real name, by the way, a former finance worker who left her job in 2024. These spaces provide more than just a desk. They offer a socially acceptable way to pass the time and maintain the appearances while job hunting. Zonga pays around about 400 yuan per month for access to one such space in the city. Now, yeah, at face value, these setups sound like co-working spaces, but the intention is different. Instead of fostering productivity, the goal is to often provide psychological relief, helping individuals avoid awkward questions from family or friends about their employment status.
You're paying to be a liar.
Yeah, some participants admit they don't do any real work at all. Of course you don't, because you're not doing a job.
Oh, you're paying to be there.
Now, according to Beijing Youth Daily, some operations go as far as to simulate office hierarchies, assigning fake projects and scheduling mock team meetings. And in some cases, users can even rent a managerial role to boost their image.
What?
Now, online platforms like Unpronounceable, which is like China's Instagram-like app, they're flooded with ads for these pretend workspaces. Some ads have attracted millions of views, sparking debate over whether these environments provide mental health support or merely delay economic reintegration. Ooh, don't like the sound of that.
Screwing them over.
Yeah, many of the operations are informal and unregulated, often coordinated through WeChat groups rather than official business registries. One founder in Beijing manages a chat of around about 300 users where he posts furniture updates and daily workspace photos. Not everyone is there to deceive. Some, like freelancers or part-time instructors, use the spaces for practical reasons. Cheaper than a cafe, quieter than home, and others like builder Ning Mao see it as an emerging business model with untapped potential.
No, I understand if you're essentially just renting a small office to job search out of, maybe be a consultant person, yada yada, blah blah blah. But if you're literally just pretending, I don't get it.
The interesting thing about that is you end up with some of these office spaces full of people like this who aren't actually doing anything productive. And you think, well, why didn't you lot get together in this office space and come up with something?
Yeah,
and be productive together.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you don't have a job, how sustainable is it that you could pay somebody to fake it?
Yeah.
I don't get it. China, you confuse me a lot, but this is pretty confusing.
China has some very, very confusing things that go on over there.
Yes, exactly. This is weird. So instead of employment, if you would like to pay to be employed, China's got you covered. I don't understand that. I don't get it.
Well, for a small fee, you can come and work at the Shills.
Yeah. I only charge you $100 an hour, but hey, you get to hang out with us, right?
Yeah, you have to use your own furniture though, and house.
And don't use your couch like JD Vance. I ain't having that on video calls. Okay. If you're new here, click like, share, and subscribe because we would sure appreciate it.
And if you're not new here, do it anyway. And if you are, want a job with the Shills, leave a comment in the comment section, and we'll hook you up with fake managerial status and all the things you could possibly want to never have.
Yeah, because we're real good at writing bills. See you soon. Imagine how stupid.